Hi, everybody. Welcome to Katie in the Morning. I'm Katie Page, Director of Member Relations at the National Association of Healthcare Assistants. I've always considered myself a pretty giving person, Even when I was 7.5 months pregnant, I was driving to work and there was a lady broke down on the side of the road. So here I am out there with flip flops and a big old belly trying to help her push her car into the gas station. Um, but I've never really gone to look for people to help. There's plenty of places that you can find it. I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but Lori covered me a couple of weeks ago for a week on Katie in the Morning to take care of some family issues that I was having at home. And the amount of support that I have experienced, that we have experienced, my husband and I, during this time from our family, our friends, our coworkers, and members has just been overwhelming. I mean, there's been times like I'm probably going to start right now, so you have to excuse me, but there's been times where I have just been so overcome by gratitude for everybody that I literally just break down in tears. So one of the things that I dedicated myself to doing the other night is giving back to the community, giving back to individuals in the community, going and looking for ways to help people. Lisa Sweet is an inspiration to me. I'm not just saying that because she is one of my supervisors, but she's also a friend and a coworker. And this lady has a heart of gold. I mean, her name says it all. Lisa Sweet. I mean, for example, we had a stray dog show up here at the office, and we're kind of like in a semi-country setting. So stray dogs come in and out. We have what we call the security guards from the neighbors across the street. There's about 4 dogs, Gunner, Zach, Rigby, and Daisy. About every morning, they're out in the front yard just greeting us and making sure that we know if anybody's there. But this stray showed up, and we were calling her the Rigby lookalike because she looked exactly like Rigby, except a female version. And we noticed that she was starting to get a little plumper. And then we deemed her Winnie, and she disappeared for about 2 days and came back very, very skinny. So that tells us what happened. This was about 5 weeks ago. So every morning, Lisa's out there. She goes and picks her up dog food. She donates to the Humane Society. Winnie even gets her own little plates of like leftover meat from the night before, hot dogs, special little bones, a flea collar. I mean, and not just animals, but Lisa's that way with everybody. So she really is my inspiration for this. But the other night, I was on one of the Joplin for sale sites, and I don't remember what I was looking for, but I came across a post from a couple who were needing food just to get them through the rest of the week. So I messaged him and asked him, what's your location? And on my lunch break the next day, Jeff Wellman, who just started a low carb diet, has a bunch of food in his pantry that he can no longer have. So he went downstairs, collected all that, put it into grocery bags, and then I stopped at Harps on my way to this house and picked up about $50 worth of meat and dropped it off to him. And the things that you could see posted underneath that, it takes a lot of, I don't know if humility is the word, but that's the one I'm going to use, to ask for help, to ask publicly from people that you don't know. And the responses that he was getting were just mean. And it just really made me realize how cruel this world has turned. People need to know every detail from the scenario in order to help you. There were people posting like, well, I see that tattoo on your own arm. How long ago did you get that? Well, you could tell just by looking at it in the picture that it was at least 3 years old. The ink was faded. And we don't know, or nor should we care about the situation that is currently occurring or their background. You've seen so many people win the lottery and then 3 years later they're completely broke again. It's not in our power to judge those people, but it is in our power to help those people. So that's just one of the things. So I've dedicated myself to doing 4 random acts of kindness a week. Some of them aren't so random because I'm going and looking for them now. Another one was a lady whose teenage son just moved back to the area and she didn't have a bed for him. Well, my husband and I just replaced the boys' bed at home. So we have this queen bed just sitting there. So I texted her, told her, come pick it up. It's yours if you want it. Is there anything else that you might need for your son in your basement? And she said, well, I could use a bedside table and a small dresser. So I went to one of the thrift stores, found a bedside table for $8, needed to be refinished, but that's something that I enjoy doing. And then a small dresser for $10. Picked them up, texted her, said, here they are at my house, come and get them. And when she showed up, she was just, bawling. Like she said, I haven't seen this type of kindness in probably 10 years. And then, I mean, there's just so much you can do as a random act of kindness in the community just to help other people, whether they need it or not. You know, if you're at the gas station, you have $1.23 change, put it on the next guy's. I mean, that person may be in a situation where they're buying their entire meal at the gas station in the morning, you know, a piece of pizza and a candy bar. That could be what they have for the entire day. We don't know, nor should we care. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about that paying it forward. Okay, so now we're talking about paying it forward. And I have a challenge for you guys. This document I actually created on PowerPoint. It's printable. It comes out to be about 4 inches by 5 inches. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do is create something like this, something with the wording, if you receive this, then someone has paid it forward to you. Don't break the chain. If people showed more support to others in this life, the world would be a much better place. And just do a random act of kindness, you know, fold it up, slip it in an envelope, whether it is in like a food donation to a local food bank. If you have like a women's shelter, women and children's shelter, if you like my current project is making blankets for the Lafayette House in Joplin and donating it to there. Just slip it in there and let them know that you expect nothing in return. It's just a way of making our community and our world a better place. And like I said, there's so much you can do that's very inexpensive. You see it all the time on Facebook, on YouTube, people just stopping and helping. There was one the other day about a little 8-year-old boy that made his mom pull over so that he could help an elderly woman up some stairs. It doesn't have to be something that's going to cost you anything, but just by doing 4 random acts of kindness in a week, you can make this world a much better place, and you're going to feel a lot better about yourself too. If you want to share them, you can share them on the CNA for Quality Care page. Make sure that you're not mentioning any names of those people that you're helping. You don't even have to tell us exactly what you've done. I mean, just put in something like, I'll use Sammy for example, just because Sammy Lemon Fowlers, I absolutely love that girl. She has such a golden spirit as well. Just go in there and post, you know, two acts down, 2 more to go. Or this morning I donated $5 for the next guy at the gas station, or today I stopped traffic so that a turtle could go across the road. It doesn't have to be people, it could be animals too. So that's my challenge for you guys, is to start our Pay It Forward campaign. I thank you guys all for joining me today, and I will see you right back here tomorrow for Katie in the Morning.